Hey YouTube, it's Colin here, and this is a continuation of the storytelling series. This episode's going to be about a 2005 Suzuki GSXR 750. So grab some popcorn and here we go. The story behind the bike is crazy in itself, and how I got it back home was pretty crazy too. This bike was actually owned by a criminal. The previous owner told me that the guy was running away from the police on the bike, and he eventually dropped the bike and started fleeing from the police, and this bike ended up at a salvage auction where the previous owner bought it, and then he sold it to me. So I bought this bike from Craigslist in Fremont, and originally I knew the condition of the bike, that it wouldn't run, or it wouldn't run safely, so I thought maybe I'd just check it out and buy it before someone else does, and then I'll bring a tow truck to pick it up another time. But when I got there and we agreed on the price, the guy's mom was really pissed off and she wanted the bike gone immediately. So the guy and his family, they were going to San Francisco too. So they suggested they could take their car, they can take my car, and then I can ride this bike. I eventually decided to do that, and the thing about this bike is that it was not safe to ride. Thinking back about it, it was actually really dangerous. So it didn't have license plates. Both of the fenders were exposed. It was missing like the lamp and all these other stuff, and the front brake line was snapped. So when I first got on the freeway, on the on-ramp, there's a police behind me, and I thought that they're gonna pull me over because I didn't have plates, and I also didn't have mirrors, so I couldn't see. I looked back and then I pulled off to the side, and then they just passed by me like, what is this kid doing? I went back on the freeway, and I was following the guy, and from Fremont to San Francisco I had to take the San Mateo Bridge. So just imagine this bike with two exposed fairings just flapping around. And the San Mateo Bridge, as some of you may know, it's very windy. So one of the side fairings that were flapping and actually ripped, and it fell onto the ground, and the bike was just dragging it, and people were looking at me and pointing like, hey, look, there's something on the ground. And like with everyone, I just look and just kind of nod my head saying like, yeah, I know. And what I actually didn't realize until I met up with the guy who had my car later was that the fairing was probably an inch or two from touching the rear tire. So if that fairing actually snapped, the bike would have slipped. I could have died, or I could have got really, really hurt. So I was just very lucky that nothing bad happened. And because the front brake didn't work, I had to downshift and use the rear brake, and some of you may know that the rear brake only provides 30% of the braking power. So it's just very crazy and dangerous, and I probably would not do that again. So here's the bike with most of the front end removed. Here's it from the side. There's more cosmetic damage. Here's the view from the front with the headlight and everything missing. As you can see here, like pretty much the front end's gone. And then the hose, this is the front brake hose, it snapped. Here's another picture of it snapping, and then another angle, and this is the piece where it ripped. And then the exhaust has some blemishes. The rear seat and rear fender has some holes. The side has some more cosmetic damage, and the front's okay. Frame sliders scratched, the handlebar end is scratched, this is scratched, this is electrical taped, and this is the bike without plates. So what I decided to do was I would just strip the entire bike and clean it up. I kind of had some experience plastic welding with my first bike, so I welded the fairings back together, I sanded them down, and then I also painted them. Here is the front fairing that was damaged. I bought a replacement for maybe, I think it was around $50. Here's another angle a bit cracked. These are the scratch mirrors. Oh, the guy provided me some of these parts in a box. It was just broken, so I just had it in a box and decided to replace some of them. I think this was a windscreen that it came with. And then this is the frame stay that was broken. And I bought a new Canon air filter, and this was the old one. I also replaced the grips, and I just pretty much had to gut the entire bike to replace everything. So this is a view of the bike gutted down to its frame. Well, there's still mechanical parts on it too. And this is after I painted all the stuff. You can see the compressor in the back. And then I decided to put everything back together. And I really liked the green and black tone, so you can see I put the GSXR decal sticker on it. I put the flush mount signals in the front. The signals are also integrated, so they blink. There's the green rim tape. This is a view from the top. There's also a stroller and a punching bag. This is it from the back. Another angle. This is it outside, and the Integra that I talked about in my other video. From the back. Another view from the side. From the side. From the front. And this is like the gauge area. Oh, the grips were also green and black. The integrated turn signal. So this is with it on. This is the integrated turn signal. The front one on. There's bright LED license plate lights on the back, and integrated turn signals on the back as well. Another view. Then I decided I can get 250 more cc's from the 750 if I just put on a sticker. So it looks like it's a GSXR 1000, but it's actually a 750. And this is the bike before I sold it. And that's pretty much it. So I had 2 videos on YouTube of me riding the bike, I think in first gear only, because the bike was just so quick, and another video of me walking around the bike. So I'll post those right now. guys enjoyed this video. If you want to hear more stories, you can check out my other videos, and if you like my style of videos, you can subscribe to my channel. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and take care.